His disciplinary processes was finalized, I think it's 2021, around 2021. I do not have the specific date.
Okay. And 67.4?
Another former police official, advocate, now no longer advocate, Malesela Daniel Defu, reported me to the authorities, including the presidency, ministry, and the parliament, to the effect that I am occupying the post unlawfully, contrary to the provisions of Chapter 6, capital letter A of the South African Police Service Act, as corrected by the Constitution.
And 67.5?
Paul Robert O'Sullivan, a private investigator, made similar allegations and lodged a case at court contrary to the provisions of Chapter 6A of the South African Police Service Act as corrected by the Constitutional Court. He only withdrew the case when our response shows that provisions of the law that he relies on was deleted by the Constitutional Court. Our relationship has always been cordial until I refused to provide him with the status of a case that the directorate were dealing with.
And when was this? What year are we talking about?
I think that it is 2023, 2024.
And do you recall what case he was asking about, the status of the case?
Yes, I do recall the case he was talking about.
Is it a case that you can mention here or no?
It is without detailing it. It is commonly known as the Pala matter.
Okay, he was asking you for a status update on the Pala matter.
Yes, when he phoned me, he said that he's sitting here with his friend who's a doctor, and then I just need progress of this status of the case.
And did he say in what capacity he was asking for the status?
He did not say, but I just felt somebody else is asking me to provide him with the status of the matter that is handled by the Hawks. And he tells me that he's sitting with his friend doctor. They have got nothing to do with that. I can't report to any other person about progress of matters in the DPCI. So I did not ask him your status because I know he's not a lawyer, and I couldn't understand why he will ask me to provide him with the status of the case.
The retired Hawks head, Lieutenant General Godfrey Lebeya, has told the Matlang Commission of Inquiry that private investigator Paul O'Sullivan sought an update on the controversial Phala investigation while claiming he was in the company of President Cyril Ramaphosa's then advisor Dr. Bejon Chauke. Lebeya was testifying before the commission on Thursday when he detailed his interactions with O'Sullivan, saying the private investigator had telephoned him and requested an update on the progress of the Hawks investigation into the burglary at Ramaphosa's Limpopo farm. According to Lebeya, O'Sullivan said he was with Chauke, whom he referred to as his friend, and said when he phoned me, he said that he was sitting with his friend who's a doctor, and then I just need progress of the status of the case. The exchange has cast fresh light on the relationships and communications surrounding the Phala investigation, which has remained one of the most politically sensitive cases to confront Ramaphosa's presidency. Evidence leader advocate Lee Sejels Ncube asked Lebeya whether O'Sullivan had explained why he wanted the information or whether he was making the request in any official capacity. Lebeya said he had not, and said he did not say but I just felt somebody else was asking me to provide him with the status of the matter that is handled by the Hawks. Libya mentioned that O'Sullivan had no authority to receive information about an ongoing investigation by the Directorate for Priority Crime Investigation, DPCI, and said that they have got nothing to do with that. I can't report to any other person about the progress of matters in the DPCI. He did not pursue the conversation further because he knew O'Sullivan was not a lawyer. Co-Commissioner Sesi Baloyi later pressed Libya on whether O'Sullivan had specifically identified the doctor he claimed to be with. He said that he is sitting with Dr. Bejani Chauke's friend. The testimony formed part of Libya's evidence about complaints subsequently lodged against him, including those involving O'Sullivan. Libya said his relationship with O'Sullivan had previously been cordial but deteriorated after he declined to provide the investigator with information about the status of the Phala-Phala probe. Chauke ceased to serve as Ramaphosa's official paid political advisor in February 2023. He has, however, remained involved with the presidency in an unpaid capacity as a special envoy for strategic relations and investment. Libya's account places Chauke's name directly in an exchange involving the sensitive Hawks investigation and raises questions about the extent to which information about the probe was being sought outside formal investigative channels. The Phala-Phala matter stems from a February 2020 burglary at Ramaphosa's private game farm in Limpopo. About 10.7 million rand in cash was allegedly concealed inside a sofa at the property. The incident sparked intense political controversy after former spy boss Arthur Fraser laid a criminal complaint against Ramaphosa, alleging that the president had concealed the burglary and the large amount of cash involved. An independent police investigative directorate (IPID) report into the matter was completed in October 2023 but was classified top secret by then Police Minister Senzo Mchunu. The report was eventually declassified on February 2026 following mounting pressure for its contents to be made public. The controversy also reached Parliament after an independent Section 89 panel chaired by retired Chief Justice Sandile Ngcobo found prima facie evidence that Ramaphosa may have committed serious constitutional and anti-corruption violations. Parliament subsequently rejected the panel's report in 2022 after an ANC majority voted against proceeding with the impeachment. The decision was later overturned in May 2026 when the Constitutional Court found the parliamentary vote irrational and unconstitutional, effectively reopening the political fallout from the Phala-Phala affair. Ramaphosa is now challenging the Section 89 panel's findings through a judicial review. Libya's evidence before the Madlang Commission adds another layer to the controversy, placing the interactions between the senior law enforcement officials, private investigator O'Sullivan, and individuals linked to the presidency under the renewed scrutiny. Libya has also told the Commission of Inquiry it does not know murder accused Katiso Molefe. Previous witnesses at the commission alleged Hawks officers sent by Libya attempted to disrupt Molefe's arrest in December 2024. Molefe faces a murder charge related to the assassination of engineer Arman Swart. The engineer for a company called QTech was shot 23 times in Vereeniging on April 17, 2024. A secret witness, an investigator in the Molefe case, testified at the Madlang Commission that when police went to the house of Molefe, who is the alleged assassination mastermind, to arrest him, officers purported to have been sent by Libya attempted to interfere with the operation. On the day of Molefe's arrest, the Hawks went to the scene to verify whether the operation was conducted by legitimate police officers. Their deployment came after Libya allegedly received a call about suspected bogus cops conducting a raid at the house under his instructions. Taking to the witness box for the first time on Thursday in a bid to clear his name, Libya told the commission he did not know Molefe. Libya said he was contacted by a man known as Malcolm X and said, "I directed 2 senior managers to verify the allegations about the persons who were said to be claiming to be members of the DPCI and to have been sent by me. I've never instructed members of the DPCI to interrupt a legitimate police operation. What's your take on this one, people? Thanks for watching. Please subscribe for more news.